Hi, my name's Dr. Randi Ross, and I want to take a minute to tell you why I think it's so important to support the Pakistani Social Entrepreneur Academy. You know, what we don't all understand always is we're all taught to have an education, and that's what's going to give us that driving success in life and allow us to access opportunities. But what we may not always understand is sometimes education alone is really not enough. And not that I'm downplaying education and think that anyone shouldn't have an education. I have many, many years of advanced education as a physician and even in specialties beyond my normal scope of practice. But I think understanding that being an entrepreneur is something that will help you no matter what you do. If you are someone that has a very specialized education, having an entrepreneur spirit, mind, body, and heart will make that even more successful and create opportunities for you. And if you're someone that has the formal education has eluded you, this is really important. You know, most of the great things that have happened in our society have been driven by people that were entrepreneurs, which really simply is a person, a business person, and they understand that they're going to take a little bit of a risk in order to get the outcome that they're looking for. I was lucky enough to grow up in a family that always had successful entrepreneurs. My dad went from business to business, creating businesses often that were totally unrelated. He was not a person that had formal education, but he had this spirit to understand that success was within his reach. And it was okay to take a little bit of risk. And he didn't even really have the tools that you can have, you know, through this academy that's been created for you, the Pakistani Social Entrepreneurship Academy. Now, because I grew up like that, and that was always instilled in me and always inspired me, even when I went on to be a physician for many years, that allowed me to be even more successful because especially when you become a physician, any of you listening know that you don't learn anything about business. So if you don't have this kind of entrepreneurial spirit that lives within you, you're going to really struggle and have a difficult time. But what happened to me personally was about 14, 15 years ago, I became pregnant with my daughter, who you actually see when she's a little kid up here in the background, and I was very, very sick. I was the sickest pregnant person they had seen in the area where I live, and it forced me to basically give away my practice because I was that sick. There were times when they didn't know that I would survive, and thank God my daughter was born and she was beautiful and healthy and everything went well, except I stayed ill for many years. And I wasn't able physically to go back and practice, but I knew that, you know, my makeup was such that there would be things that I would want to do. And because I was always instilled with this entrepreneurial spirit and always had courage and was okay with taking a chance, and some you win and some you lose, and that's okay. That's what gets you, you know, to the successful outcomes. And I've gone on over the years, and I had a real estate investment company that was very successful. I owned a chain of diners in my area. I currently also have a marketing company that has been expanding and growing. And, you know, because I'm an entrepreneur, it moves in many different directions because I keep an open mind. I'm not rigid. I'm not afraid to take a risk because I know there's more wins than losses. So I encourage you all to understand how important this academy is and hope that you'll take a look at it and become an entrepreneur. The greatest thing about being an entrepreneur is it doesn't matter what kind of economic or social environment you're in, you're always gonna find a way to overcome it when others that don't understand this mindset will be sitting back and they'll not be achieving what they're looking to do. So take a look at it. I'm Dr. Randi Ross, and I hope I've inspired you to become an entrepreneur.